Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. We were looking at Believe You Can in my last video, and we did this one and did some sort of massing and layering. This time I'm going to use this image because I really love that. I think as a card to send somebody, Believe You Can and You're Halfway There is really good as an inspirational thing. And look in your stamp sets because there's lots of really lovely inspirational quotes and things like that that you can use just to send somebody something where, you know, they want a little bit of inspiration, or they're having a bit of a tough time, and it's a good way of being able to send them something. So I'm using VersaFine, and I'm literally just inking up the image. Now I've cut myself a little piece which is just the right size for this to go onto, and I've done that because I want to sort of give some layers and things. So let's put this one down on here. We're going to just stamp this. Excuse if my head comes through, but I want this to come in on the center. And I'm just going to press this in nicely and pick it, pick it up. And we've got Believe You Can and You're Halfway There. I really like that. I think that's just a lovely, lovely sentiment. With a little bit of extra on there, and that's what I'm going to do. So color wise, I'm going to use some Stampin' Right markers for this one. Now I've done the background on here, and I want to just add the colors that will work in, and I might even cut this down a little bit, we'll have to see. So these are, I did this background in just with, and I've shown you before, masked it off just on either side to give it a little bit of difference, and I've used Coastal Cabana and Crumb Cake and just sponged on there to give myself a little bit of a background. You can use DSP, pattern papers and things, but I like to do my own backgrounds because then it works exactly the colours I want. So I'm going to do the Believe to start off with, and I'm going to do that in, let me have a look, I want to do it in markers. So this one is Bermuda Bay. It's an old one, but as I say, I like to do things with all of the old ones. Now I need to just put my, I've got them on my head, which is good. I need my glasses now to be able to see really close up work. So let's just take this. Now, you know, I use alcohol markers a lot, whereas this, oh, I might actually use the other end. Let's hope there's enough ink in these because some of these are quite old. So I'm just literally, yes there is. So I'm just doing this with this one. Very gentle touches. You can see I'm hardly touching the paper at all. But I just want to do it, and this is where you can use whatever markers you want. Now you could do them all in different colors. I just want to do them in this blue. I'm not talking very much because I have to concentrate, but have a look again at your stamps and see which ones you've got where you've got some words and things that you can just add a little bit of color to them. Just taking this along here, just making sure I've got my edges done. Okay, so that's the Believe. The next bit is going to be, so I need that in yellow. Now I can mix and match, so I'm actually going to do for the yellow, because I quite like this one. This is Dark Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to have that for the sun, and this is in, stick my glasses on again. This is obviously an alcohol marker, so you can mix and match, you know, don't worry about just using one medium. You can do all sorts, and we're going to probably use 3 in the end. So that's the yellow on there. Now I've got this in on here, You Can, so I want to have that as a, let's have a, I wanted to have sort of a pink, but not too bright pink, but that's, I'm going to have this one actually. So this is Flirty Flamingo Light. So let's have a look at this one. And again, I'm going to do it on the fatter end because I'm going to cover. Oops, sorry if I knocked the camera. Coming in underneath so I can go lightly. So this is going to come in over the top. Now I've used I used VersaFine, which if you're not careful and haven't left it to dry completely, it can smudge. So the way around that is to literally do little tiny dots and don't go over the black. So you can see on this, I'm literally just doing little tiny bits in here, so you're then not going to get it to bleed. Okay, so that's that bit. And now on here we've got a sort of a swirly thing on there, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do colour wise on that. I think I might do something quite bright. Now what's this one? This is light Call Me Clover, so it's sort of a green one, and I'm just going to do this sort of little pathway on here. I just am going to take this down on here. Bring it down. And say these are alcohols because they're wider and they're easier to use. So that can come down like that. And then if we wanted to do a little bit of colouring or whatever on there, let's have a look and see how that's looking. That's looking quite good. Now I'm going to take some, so we're going to do all sorts of things. So I'm going to take the blue, the same colour that I did this in, and I'm just going to add a little bit round the edges. So we've got blue and we've got Crumb Cake. So Calypso, no, Coastal Cabana and Crumb Cake. So I'm going to take the Crumb Cake first, and I'm literally just taking this round a little bit on the outside, and a little bit on here. Then I'm going to take the blue. I'm just going to take the blue up in maybe on there a bit. And because we've done the colouring quite brightly, you can add a little bit of something else in, and it will still add. I don't even think I need to do any more on there. That should, can you see how that literally tones it in? Let's close those up first. So that's given your little piece in like that. Now if you wanted to matte and layer all of these, you can. As you know, I like to keep the layers simple. As I keep saying to you, postage is getting quite a thing now these days, and it keeps going up and up and up. So the less layers you can do, the less likely you are to take your postage into the next band. So I'm just going to add a little black line. I do it a lot, you know I do it a lot, you've seen me do it a lot, but it does make a big difference to just add a little bit of a border, and you can do it in whatever colour you want. I use Posca pens because I happen to have them and they work really well. But if you haven't got Posca pens, you don't have to use, you can use your alcohol markers, you can use your Stampin' Right markers, anything to just give you a little edge. And then that's that on there. So I can take that off, make sure that it's dried a little bit, because otherwise as soon as I place it on here, it's going to go into a different bit. But that just in on the centre gives you a very clean and simple looking card. Now, you could have put it straight onto there and just coloured it in straight onto your mat, but I think doing it this way, it gives just a little bit of a difference. And as I say, you can put it up with dimensionals if you want, which will give just a little bit of a height, or you can keep it one layer if you think that's, or just a small layer like that if you think that that will work. So very simple, very easy, but look at cards that you can colour in quickly and simply, match with a background. And the stamp set we used was Believe You Can. And as I say, I used colour-wise the Coastal Cabana and the, here we go, Crumb Cake. So these were the two colours that I used for my background and used for the blending in. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.